Well, we're not going to have an unbeaten season now. I don't want to talk about it. Hello and welcome to part 19 of my Football Manager 2018 beta save with Monaco. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Paris Saint-Germain in the League and then away against Athletic Bilbao in the first leg of the Europa League semi-final. Since you were last with me, this happened. We were unbeaten in the League all year. We talked on the last episode about how all we had to do was beat them and then we could go to Paris Saint-Germain knowing a win all but wins us the league. Now we've lost against them and we know that we're going to Paris Saint-Germain now, and if they beat us, they're level on points with us again with 3 games to go, and we'll be fresh off the back of 2 straight defeats, plus we've still got a European competition to try and win. We've basically handed all the momentum back to them in one game. This is how a bottle job feels. We need to go and get a result against Paris Saint-Germain. Even at this point, even a draw against them, at least it maintains that 3-point gap with 3 games to go. But, oh, it would be nice to go and get a win. That's going to be easier said than done, though, because adding to our ever-growing injury list is now Falcao, who's out for the rest of the season. Twisted ankle, 2 to 4 weeks out. We're in May. He's not going to play for us again. So he's going to miss this. He's going to miss the rest of the league run-in and the rest of the Europa League campaign, which is a double problem in Europe because Dolberg can't play in Europe, so we're now forced to play Jovetic in all our remaining European games, which doesn't bode well for anybody. So this is the team that we're going to be playing today against Paris Saint-Germain. We've got Benaglio in goal because Subasic is still injured. A back four of Gaia, Jemison, Manolas and Sidibe, with Facer in behind Moutinho and Fabinho. And then Ozil in behind Dolberg and Belotti, because they're our only 2 fit actual strikers, because we don't want to have to resort to playing Jovetic because he'll just miss all of the chances because that's how he rolls. Oh good, they've got Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria and Draxler and... yeah, Fabinho's great. I don't care about Lille's manager, and I am a little bit afraid going into this game. We were riding high on the unbeaten run, and just, I mean, Paris Saint-Germain had an unbeaten season last year. I thought it was only going to be appropriate we were going to get an unbeaten season this year, and now in 10 minutes of real life time for me, it could be turned around and we'll have had 2 defeats and might not even win the league. And I just won't be able to show my face on YouTube anymore if that's what happens. Right, Dolberg is in behind. Crosses to Belotti, who must score, and he does. And with 14 minutes on the clock, we're 1-0 up away against Paris Saint-Germain, which, if things stay as they are, means we go into that last 3 games with a 6-point lead and a better goal difference and a better head-to-head. And... I mean, I'm fairly confident we won't bottle it from there. Belotti did his best to miss that. It was a terrible first touch, but it seemed to confuse everybody, including him and their keeper, which meant he was able to convert it anyway. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves on league tables yet, though. We've still got a long way to go in this match. Tick that off on your cliche bingo cards. And we've left Neymar loads of space to run and then shoot on the edge of the area, because that's good footballing when we do that. Di Maria misses, though, with a low-driven shot from the edge of the area. There's that left-back we tried to sign, Grimaldo. I hope he doesn't do anything special against us today. But at least we've got Gaia, Gaia's been fantastic. I don't necessarily think Grimaldo could have come in and been any better than Gaia has been. I think between the 2 of us, we've snapped up the 2 best left-backs that were available. So I guess it's not a disaster. Belotti with a chance to shoot again, but finds Dolberg. Fabinho in loads of space, and I was convinced that was going over the bar when it left his foot, but it's actually gone flying into the roof of the net. It wasn't even in a corner, I don't think. Their keeper's not going to be happy with that at all, but that all happened very quickly. Dolberg looped it across to Belotti, who lost the ball. It went back to Dolberg, and Fabinho just hit it first time, and the keeper didn't even move. I don't really know what he was thinking there. But Dolberg's got 2 assists, goals each for Belotti and Fabinho, and as it stands right now, we're quite happy. But Mbappe is in behind us and hits it straight at Benaglio, which he can do that all day long. I've got no issue with that. Not the running and shooting, but if when he does get the opportunity to shoot, he hits it straight at our keeper, that would make me happy. But Paris building again. We've given Di Maria space to hover around on the edge of our area again, and Grimaldo hits the post. I think Benaglio just sort of pushed it out onto the post. It would be, I mean, it's just the way the world works. If they take the league title off us with goals through the left back we wanted but they got, and then the striker we sold them in the summer. It's bound to be something horrible like that. That's how football works, I'm pretty sure. Right, half-time, 2-0 up. We can't be much happier than with our performance so far, but we do have to remember the reverse fixture from earlier in the year when PSG were 3-0 up on us, and we mounted that incredible season-defining second-half comeback to come back to a 3-3, maintain our unbeaten run, which we were convinced, or I was convinced, was going to lead to an invincible season. And, you know, we had a lot of spirit in us that day. We need to have that second-half spirit again today, but I'm sure Paris Saint-Germain can use that to motivate themselves in the second half. Don't worry, it's not all over yet. Remember what they did to us earlier in the year. We've now got the opportunity to do it straight back to them. A normal manager would defend at this point, but obviously I'm just going to attack, and they've got to come at us. If they lose this game, they're not winning the league. So they've got to attack in this second half, and hopefully when they do, we can just attack straight back at them and hope that our forwards are better than their forwards. They've got Neymar and Mbappe. It's a really bad plan, just gambling on our forwards being better than theirs. Let's gamble on our defenders being better than theirs. Oh, God, there you go. Neymar has started the comeback. In 2 seasons here in France, that's the first time I've seen Neymar do anything worth note, really. And, I mean, it's a nice finish, but look at the amount of space we left Neymar in there. If we win the league, it's going to be almost by accident. Oh, I'm so nervous at this point. We need to go and grab a goal. Thomas Lemar, where are you? In fact, he was the hero of the first game. Get him on now. Lemar on for Ozil. He's a big game player. We should have had him on from the start. Let's have another second half performance like the one you gave us earlier in the year, Thomas. Right, let's make another substitution as well. Our normal substitution at this juncture. Why am I on this horrible screen when I could go to the proper screen? Facer's not having the best of games, but I don't know. Do I want to take Facer off in this situation? Jemison, Sidibe's not. I mean, there's a lot of players who, both of those two are on yellow cards and not playing great. We'll take him off and bring Glick on. What? Oh, it just is. I thought that was telling me he couldn't play that position, but no, it's just because the position suitability still disappears. Right, we saw Glick do that wonder tackle in the last episode, so I'm hoping he just comes on and does another one of those. That's the only logic behind that substitution. And they're in again, and there was just no way anyone was missing from there. And I think the time has come to make an attacking change. I just don't know what the attacking change could be. I mean, it's silly, really, that they're not top of the league by miles, because when they turn it on like that, they're just completely unstoppable. We don't have that in us. So I don't really know how we're in this situation where we had an opportunity to win the league, even if we're now bottling it. Right, Matinho off, Tielemans on. That's my attacking change. Tielemans is the creator. And we've got Lemar, Dolberg and Belotti all lining up to try and make themselves a hero by grabbing the winner. 2-2, remember. Not a disaster. Them beating us, it is bordering on disaster. But 2-2, we're still 3 points clear of them. We've still got better goal difference. There's still only 3 games to go. But, I mean, it does... Oh, and Neymar's injured. That's incredible news. Neymar gets injured. The game is over. Hopefully he's done for the season. 2-2, absolutely not a disaster. Look at the league table. 3 games to go. We can still do it. Just can't believe we lost that game. Right, we now need to forget about the league, focus in on Athletic Bilbao and try and book ourselves a spot in the Europa League final. Europa League semi-final then, reminder that Dolberg and Guy are both cup-tied for this, so we are down to the bare bones. We've got a few of the youngsters appearing on the bench today. Yet, I mean, it's only an episode ago I was talking about how good our strength in depth was now, and even then, at the end of this season, just like last year, we are down to the bare bones as players start dropping like flies. But a few changes for this game. Toure comes back in at right back with Sidibe moving over to the left-hand side. Tielemans comes into midfield for Matinho, and we've got Jovetic coming for Dolberg up front. Let's get into this game. We are away from home in the first leg. A goal would be lovely. Avoiding defeat would be lovelier. We just want to get into the final of this competition because it would be awesome. There we go. That view of the ground looked nice there, didn't it? Very pretty. Lots more sponsors around the ground this year as well. Good to see Sports Interactive making a few quid off of the sponsorship around the ground. Presumably they're selling that sponsorship and it's not just through the kindness of their heart. What would be nice if they gave us the opportunity to sell our own sponsorship. I'd quite like to sell some sponsorship to Coke Zero around the ground. If Coke Zero would like to send me some sponsorship money, that would be great. I'll stick a post-it note over the sponsors around the ground and we'll just assume every match is sponsored by Coke Zero. Look at the space we've just given them there. We got away with that one a little bit, and we are, I don't know if we're getting to that point where we're getting a bit found out, whether maybe Subasic was an incredibly influential player to the whole team, not just in goal. Maybe Falcao was incredibly important, but for whatever reason, we just don't quite look the same in the last 3 games. Whether we just had the stuffing knocked out of us a little bit, losing to Toulouse the way we did. It was Toulouse we lost to, wasn't it? There's a pun there somewhere. But we just got to hold on. I can't bottle my first series on FM18. We need to finish this one with a bang, and a league title and a Europa League. That's a decent sized bang for 2 seasons as Monaco. Right, Belotti is in, squares it to Jovetic and hang about. I'm clearly asleep. I'm dreaming. Jovetic just scored a good, it was a sitter. It was a good chance. He scored it. He only scores the crazy goals. I don't understand now. None of this is real anymore. He just scored a goal. Perhaps this is a turning point for Jovetic, and he's going to be... There you go. He's looking calm as well. Jovetic is going to come into the team. He's going to be the man now that saves our season. And we've given away a penalty. Was that Facer who gave that away? A lot of pressure on... Benaglio to make the save. There's no pressure on him at all. We don't expect him to make a penalty save. 1-1 away from home. That'll be absolutely fine. The away goal, even losing 2-1 at this point, I could get on board with because we've got the away goal. And the away goals can be so massive. And it is 1-1. Right. Plenty of time for us to go and grab another couple of goals. We've got a very good attacking team. And now we know Jovetic can score goals. Apparently. Now we know Jovetic is a prolific goal scorer. We'll be absolutely fine. Oh, I can't believe it's come down to this and we're relying on Jovetic to score goals for us. Right, Facer's making a lot of mistakes today. Well, he can pack it in. We're in a European semi-final. I know it's only Thursday night football, but still, it's still a European semi-final, and there's a final against Barcelona up for grabs. And if you offer us a European final against Barcelona, then obviously that's a game we want to be a part of. I'm assuming at this point that Chelsea are getting knocked out by Barcelona, because I don't see that turning out any other way. Right. Oh, I don't like the fact they're getting so many highlights. We've only had 5 shots in this entire game so far. Only 2 of them are on target. We are really struggling to get our groove on in these last few games. Oh, I don't like defending with desperation, but Jovetic, our star man, running clear again. That's a lovely ball for Belotti and Fabinho. Oh, earlier in the season, would he have got there? He just seemed a little bit slow. How tired is he? Not very. Perhaps it was a slightly heavy pass from Belotti, but it did look like that was going to be an opportunity for another goal for Fabinho, and an incredibly important second away goal. If we go into the home leg in the lead, we're all but in the final at that point, surely. Ozil, again, not performing. Big game Thomas, on you come. Facer, not performing. Matinho, on you come. Should we make a third? Should we go for the hat-trick? We haven't really got another game changer, really. Just make 2 for now. We could have brought Carrillo on, but I thought we were desperate when we had Jovetic in the team. Having to get Carrillo in the team as well, that smacks of real, proper desperation. Sidibe, though, can come off for Congolo for the last 10 minutes. Right, Matinho, deep free kick. Lumps it forward towards Lamar, who doesn't quite get there. And we don't have anybody in the area that was cleared to. And now they've got a break on. And they've got 3 men charging through in the middle. But luckily, their cross only lands on Jemison, who doesn't seem to know what to do with it. But in the end, finds Sidibe, who loses out on the ball. And the counter is still on, everybody. We need to get this clear. And it's... I said 2-1 isn't a disaster. That being said, it's clearly far from ideal. And I'm feeling sad at the moment. I'm feeling sad. These last 3 games have been very different from the entire season leading up to this point. And I hope this is just, yes, shut your face, we'll proceed with the tactical changes. I hope it's just in any good story arc, before the hero rises up to victory, you have to have that lowest point, that darkest day, or darkest night, or whatever they call it in storytelling school, where it looks like all hope is lost, and that's where you mount your glorious victory from. I'm hoping that's what this episode is going to be, and we'll be back tomorrow with winning the title, winning the Europa League, and everyone's happy and ready to get started on the new series that starts next week. Oh, Jovetic has just got a 95th minute equaliser. There you go. We hit the blackest night, and now we've started to mount the recovery. Here you go. This is the cliffhanger we're giving you going into tomorrow. It looked like all hope was lost, and then all of a sudden, the unlikely hero. He's been the hero all along. He's been there from the start. Jovetic has got his second goal of the game. He's equalised, and all of a sudden 2-2 looks an awful lot better than 2-1. We've got 2 away goals going into a second leg at home. Tomorrow's going to be fun. We've got both the final 2 episodes of this series coming up tomorrow. Well, I say both. It will be one if we lose the second leg against Bilbao, but hopefully we're going to win the league. We're going to qualify for the final on the first episode, and then the second episode of the day, it will just be a final against Barcelona, or it might be Chelsea looking at that, and then that would be great too. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.